how I'm doing it. So I view it like a big tool is, like you said, I know I always reinforce what you say about the meditation. I think it's so important in that it has taught me to catch those thoughts when they start, because they're not going to just stop.
Mm-hmm.
But they will reduce significantly in frequency if you do the work. And then when they do come, you can recognize it and I can redirect. So I think that all of those things really have helped me, right? So the simple thing of, I just don't want to hang out with this person. Okay, that's easy.
And you bring up a great point, because you have to remember what you just shared with us was a boatload of great information. The idea is that this is the gift of the universe, is it lets us practice with more benign topics. It's like, let me see if I can tell my wacky neighbor I'm not coming over for her fiesta. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can do that. And then you do it, and then the 10th time, that kind of like, I can't do it a 10th time. She's invited me. And you go, and you're like, okay, duly noted, same shit. All right, try it again. Keep going, keep going. The benevolence of the universe, the benevolence of your higher self, is it gives you opportunities to practice with the more, I'm not going to say insignificant, but the more benign topics, right? So that and then all of a sudden, then you couple it with these practices where you're getting into the present moment. Then instead of separating, managing, and pathologizing, you're inclusive. And all of a sudden, you're doing all of these things without strategically thinking about it. And when bigger contrast comes in, you have the capacity to not entangle with it as much or at all, and then you move through it differently. This is the kind of quiet, not bombs bursting in air transition that we're going through, is that when we move from, the thinking mind, that thinking mind that you experienced before was all downloaded programming that wasn't even yours. And that's why it was so maddening. That's why it was so worrisome and draining, and it creates this sensation of lethargy. Lethargy is a sensation that you're trying to do something in a way that's incongruent with your higher self. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That sensation of, we tell stories too, because that's the personality's way of keeping us entrenched in the matrix of doing things in this replicated way. So you got it. I mean, that's perfect. So great. Now you can practice this and keep being with it. And the other thing that you add, and we're going to continue to talk about this, and I'm not even this is the truth. All of your power is in the present moment. Now. And when you're not in the now, you are literally losing all of your power. You're literally losing it to managing the circumstance that is before you. That's not wrong. It's the way we've been trained. I'm just saying, let's start to practice being in the present moment. And how we practice is take a breath. Feel it. I mean, this is how basic we go. What does it feel like? Does it feel hot as it goes into the lungs? Does it feel cold? Is it congested? I mean, what does it feel like? That's how you get involved. That's how you become friendly with the present moment. And that's where your higher self is. That's where galactic information is. That's where the multiverse is. Everything is right there. And we've got to continue. And that's why I admire you guys so much, because you're having the conversations in a consistent way that is going to add to the collective consciousness, because that collective consciousness is making its presence within the next couple of years. And when we have more folks there's no wrong way to do this, but when we have more folks moving from this downloaded program, that there's a right way to do this and a wrong way, and if I don't do it the right way, I'm screwed. We're done with that. I was talking to another person this morning who also has kind of like a younger kid in the teens, and he was talking about the child, and learning disabilities and stuff like that. And I said, you got to understand something. The kids under the age of like in the mid-20s down, so all of our children, you know, they're coded differently. They're not doing this game. They're not playing this game.
The lid is off. You know there's more, so go explore.